Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope your day has been going okay so far, be it ending, beginning, in the middle somewhere, something like that. I am tired today. I slept well. I got to bed relatively on time. I don't know. I just woke up tired. Happens every once in a while. But I'm glad we're here now, and I'm looking forward to continuing to add in this interaction here. So something I was thinking about. Something I was thinking about here is well, first of all, I'm thinking I want to spawn, I want to do this spawning during the, what is it called? Actual during the game? Maybe? And then the other thing is, I still have yet to decide, are these gonna be on my side or against me? Like with me or against me? No matter what, I kind of like the idea of me having to dodge around, and I kind of like the idea that we're all in this together and we're fighting against the asteroids. But I have to stop myself from, um, it's both good and bad. So if I can, maybe if they can be destroyed by asteroids, and I need to save them from asteroids. So they're trying to help me, but I have to avoid their bullets too. It could make it very interesting. One thing I do want to do though is, because this came in from Pretzel Rocks, I want to put in the name, the display name right below this, and that could just make it easy to see, like, oh, that's me. I'm that's my ship that's in there now. So I'm thinking a label. We can have a label, which we don't have that right now. The label is going to be of type mesh. So we're going to head over to the main library and we're going to register that. Now, is that true? Can I actually have a label as a mesh? I don't think so, unless I can somehow convert text to a mesh. So if we have a text, I could have a text fragment. I'm not doing dynamic dispatch, so I don't think I could do drawable. I don't think there's anything like to mesh or into mesh. Yeah, those are just different structs. And so if I take a look at, yeah, it's a 2D polygon mesh. It's not the same thing. I do believe that text, though, is something that I can store. So let's register. Names, it's gonna be a label, use string. Okay, so we're gonna register that. And then in this system, where we handle the chat messages, I want to also give it not just a chatter name, but like the actual text for it. So if I create the label, so function create label, I don't think I need a world. I don't actually think that I need a context, except maybe to scale it up. I don't even know if I need a result from this. Oh, you know what I need? I need the name. So name can be a stir. We're gonna return a text. And so if I do, I mean, let's just say for right now, I'm just gonna return text new. We're gonna pass it in the name. And that's gonna create that. Grab the label, so that label equals create label. We're gonna pass it in the chatter name. Now give us the label here. Add you in here. Okay, with component names label, and you're gonna be the label, so a text. So if I want to draw that out now, I would have to have a draw system just for this. So draw labels. I have so many mod RS. Okay, this is in main. Hub mod labels. All right, hub function. Draw labels system. This is going to be a structure that takes in a world so we can query. What else would we need here? Probably a context. And then we'll pull in other stuff as we need it. We're going to return a result. Nothing in it. All right, so what do we need to do? Well, the first thing is we need to query for our labels. And as far as I can tell, the only thing we're gonna need is the position. We should probably have the size. If you look at this, we have a size. So we need the location, we need the size, and we need the label itself. Am not good at Twitch. Hello, good morning. How am I doing today? Things are going well for me so far. I am we're just getting started here. So it's been like what, 12 minutes since even the stream has started. But we're adding labels to the platforms. Not exactly sure what they are. How are you doing? Okay, so we need to query for those three things. Can't complain. Well, I mean, that's good, I think. Query equals world query, have a vector. All right, so we need the location. Okay, so we need location. We need the label itself. And what else do we need? We need, okay, oh, size. We need size. All right, so we have all of our locations, we have all of our labels, we have all of our sizes. We can do a quick, like, guard here. So we can just do an assert that locations.length is equal to labels.length and labels.length equal to sizes. They should all be the same length. Okay, so moving on with this, let's see. When we have our locations, we have the labels, we have the sizes, it's time for us to just draw these out. And I believe they come in as white text, so it should be pretty simple for us to just do a draw, and we'll see what they end up looking like. So that's going to be a for, need the index, and we'll just take a label, labels, iter, enumerate. All right, so let's extract each of these out. So our label, it's a data wrapper. You know how to pull that in. A data wrapper that has a text in it equal to label dot, and we can't cast you without I think it's components, cast components. So then we can cast you like that. Okay, so now we have the label. Then let's get the other things. So we have the location. It's going to be a data wrapper with a point inside. It's equal to a locations index cast. Stacking, hello! Importing things by hand. I know. It's like, it's one of the things that's just slightly upsetting is when it just happened with one of the more recent Rust Analyzer updates. It just, look at this. It doesn't know how to import it anymore. I have to import this by hand. And like half the time it works and half the time it doesn't. It's kind of upsetting. Oh, graphics. There we go. It's like, yeah, what year is it? Come on, figure this out. Okay, size, data wrapper, and how are you doing stacking? It's been a while. You're in F32. Oh, I'm kind of low. Really? Okay, yeah, that I do see that. my gain is all the way down there, but it's down here too. I think I was, how about this? Let me know how that is. I'm now in the yellow, according to OBS. I was just slightly below it before. At the meetup last night, I ran a Rust meetup last night, and I ended up we streamed it out. I ended up turning everything down, like having to tweak the volumes quite a bit. So that's probably why it's all weird now. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so we get all the label location and size. Then I think we can just draw this out. We probably want to update the location. I don't want to like mutate this location. So I really want to maybe create like a new location for, because this is the location of where the object is, that the label is associated with it. So I want to do something like a label location is equal to a, I don't think I have an ability to like add size. So we're gonna have to clone this first. It's gonna be location, just and borrow you, and that should, I have copy on it, so that should copy that over. Then I can do, and I need you to be mutable. Then we can say label location dot y plus equals to, let's just say our size, which that's going to have to dereferenced our size and borrow that. Okay, so that should like position it down below. I think I might have to like move it to the left too, but I want to draw it out and actually see where it is and what it looks like. So that's going to be our graphics. Yeah, I can replace the qualified path with use here, and oh yeah, okay, that's why it pulls into self. Okay, so if we do a graphics draw, pass it into context, pass it in the drawable, that's going to be a reference. So I have to do this weird thing because the label itself is an RC, so I have to label.borrow that, and it becomes a ref mute. No, sorry, just a ref at this point in time. But I think I have to actually dereference and then reference it, because I don't think it wants a ref mute. I think it wants a reference, even though they're similar and they both, yeah, implement dereference, and yeah, it's fun. We're gonna have drop param. Oh, now you figure this out. Okay, drop param. You can just create a default one, and I don't think I care about you. And there we go. Okay, so we're just drawing all of those out. Yeah, you don't like this. So it found this ref, and it wants that. So I have to dereference you, and then reference the dereferenced. It's fun. Yes, I know. Okay, so then we're gonna draw label system back into the main library. We're gonna go find in the draw section. Let's do a draw label system here. Reference to self.world, the context, unwrap you, and we're good to go. So let's see if that runs. Did we just go back to C? Not exactly. All right, let's try this. So any message right now pops up a little platform, but you only get one. So if I just say something like test, there I am, and there is no label here. So I wonder if it's black text. I can't actually tell. Well, if it's on top of that, I didn't see. So I don't think that that's working. So we do have our... We're telling it to draw these labels. Well, let's try making, like, setting the color here to white. And actually just make sure that that's not the problem. Oh, so this has been happening a couple times. If we're too fast, or I don't think I'm shutting down the threads properly, which would make it so that I have to wait just a little bit longer, maybe for another message. Okay, so that, oh, here it is. I see it right up here. It's the label's way up here. I don't even know if I just missed that before. So we need to properly set the destination to this. Oh yeah, kind of need to do that. So dot dest, and this is going to be the label location dot to array. Let's try this again. Chantilly cake, hello, good morning. How are you doing today? No, okay, that was too fast again. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I need like another message between, or I need to wait long enough. I have to like actually handle quitting and dealing with that. Okay, so here we go. Here's your label. Is that readable? Chantilly cake, can you see your little chantilly cake label under your platform? That is pretty small. Yeah, it is. I wonder, I can scale it up a little bit, or I can make the font size a little bit bigger. And then we can center it. So centering it here should be pretty simple. To get the location for the Y, let's, for the label itself, we can get the font size. So what I think I can do is let font size. Oh, I think it's a width. Font width is equal to destructured label. I'm gonna borrow you, and then I should be able to get the width. Okay, and did a context. That gets me a U32. It's unhelpful. We're just going to cast that into an F32 immediately. And then we're going to label location.x minus equals font width divided by 2. All right, so that should put it in the middle. Oh yeah, if I don't need to dereference if I'm using dot. It's like a dot in here. We'll auto dereference. So that's perfect. Okay, so then I want to go into handle chat message when we create the text here. So let's just do let text equals you need to be mutable. We're going to return text down here, but before we do that, we're going to do a text dot set font. We have to bring in a font. I'm just going to use default, and then we're going to do a font scale. This is going to be a scale. Use scale uniform. And I think I can set it. I don't remember what exactly this is looking for. A vertical scale of y pixels means the distance between the ascent and descent lines of the face will be y pixels. Okay, so it's not percentage, it's pixels. So let's try like what's like the natural evolution of pixel sizes and fonts? I don't remember. We can try something like 25. That updates the text. We turn it, and let's see if this runs now. Did you fail? This looks like this failed. I feel like if that closes... Wait, what did I just close? I feel like if it crashes, I should just crash the game. But okay, no errors. We do our test now. Okay. This looks pretty good. I don't think I need to be down quite as far. It can be a little bit closer to this. And I can read that from decently far away on like the smaller preview window. So that's nice. All right, what would be next? So once I have this label, I want to be able to probably fire bullets. And I was thinking about potentially having like a strategy for each of these. And maybe we can like have a system to like change the strategy for it. And then to begin with, when you first come in, you're a random strategy. So I'm going to give these a random strategy. I love that Pretzel Rocks gets to be part of this now. So I want in names a firing strategy. This is going to be a platform firing strategy. We're going to register this as a resource. Okay, and then we have to add this in to the platform itself. So that's going to be in handle chat message system. We create this platform. And in order to have this, we're going to create another helper that's going to give us our strategies. So these are going to be platform firing strategies. Okay, so platform firing strategy. Right now, we're just going to have random. We can add more. And then we have that derive, which I forget. It's this. It's the strum macros to string. I'm not super happy with this one. I think for our next game, I'm gonna experiment around with doing it doing this differently to like I don't have to have strings, but maybe like it could be string referencers. And then maybe like a different macro will like not bring it to a stir. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I have to write my own. But if we have this, then we're gonna come back into here. And so for this strategy, it's gonna be a string with component names. So platform firing strategy, that's in the names. And then for the actual firing strategy, you're gonna be random. Okay, so you have a random firing strategy. So if I want a system to actually have it start firing bullets, in our systems, this is going to be fire bullets from platform. Okay, so we're going to need a world, probably a mutable reference to a world, so that way we can insert the bullets. We're going to turn a result. I think we're also going to need the context. Now you know how to auto insert that. That's nice. Okay, so what do we need to do here? We need to fire the bullet from the platform, which means we need the platforms, which means we need a query for them. So let's get that. So query is equal to query. All right, so what do we want here? We're gonna need the locations. So everything that has a location. Right, because you didn't pull in. Maybe I can do this. Okay. Can't do create. How far do I have to go? Create helpers names. Okay, you want names. You need a location. We need so we're getting the platform. So we need a location of where it is. I don't really care where the size is because the location is the center of the object. So that should be fine. I don't care about the rotation. It can fire in many different directions. It's a weapons platform. I don't care about the mesh. Don't care about the size. The chatter name I could use to make sure that it's really mine, like that it's actually a weapons platform. And then I don't have to do like the entire label thing. So I can just use this as part of the query to like make sure it's down. But also I need the platform firing strategy. That also would work out for me. So really I just need location and platform firing strategy. And I think that's that would be it. All right, so I get those two out. We can assert that they're the same length. So that's locations.length equal to the platform firing strategies.length. All right, so we'll know pretty quickly if that's not the same. Then I want to, if the firing strategy is random, we want, well, okay, so creating a bullet is going to be like pretty easy. So we can just start firing right away. Now this is probably going to fire like 1 billion times, like once per frame. That's a lot, but it'll be good for us to like do the initial test on it. Then we can slow it down. Probably have to like have another thing to query out to like, you know, when the next firing is going to be. We're going to have like a ticks to live. And then every n. Ooh, that probably works out really well. And actually, we can add that in really easily. I'm going to worry about that later. Okay, so basically what I want to do, I know we have all these. We need to loop through, because like we may not have any of these things. So we shouldn't do anything unless we actually have platforms to fire from. So we're going to loop through these. So for index and locations and locations iter enumerate your allocation. Okay, so let location, you're going to be a data wrapper. You're going to be a reference to a BCS world data wrapper that has a point. BCS data types point. Cool, fun. Equals location dot, well, can try that, but you're gonna say, hey, I don't know how to do this because I can't pull in the right thing. Cool. So that and that, but we still need components, cast components. All right, so now we have our location and we need to do the same thing to our firing strategy. That's going to be a data wrapper of a string. Is going to be equal to our platform firing strategies of index.cast. Okay, so we have that. If it's random, we want to create a bullet from that. So I guess like no matter what, we want to create a bullet here. So that bullet equals what helpers do we have for creating and inserting bullets into the world? So we have this create bullet mesh that we can use. That just creates the actual bullet itself. And then we have insert bullet into world. That's actually going to insert the bullet into the world. And it looks like this is going to create the bullet mesh for us. So we only need to call insert bullet into the world. We need to give it a context, a mutable reference to a world, a location, and an acceleration. Okay, that seems easy enough. And then that's going to go here. So insert bullet into world. So I don't need to do that. What this means to me is that we need an acceleration is going to be based upon the firing strategy. So let's create a series of functions that we can then get the acceleration of the bullet based upon the firing strategy. And that's going to be in the direction of like wherever we want to fire it from. So I'm thinking random, just completely random. It's going to be fun. All right, so I want a function random firing strategy. I don't know if I need anything here, but we're going to return a point. This point is, well, it's going to be random, right? So we need like a let x equals, do we need to do like a gen range? I don't think so. I think we can just do like a random. Random. We do need to tell you to be an F32. And you can get you as a Y2. So, okay, we have our X and a Y, and let our, it's going to be the acceleration. So, acceleration, it's going to be equal to new X and Y. We want to make this mutable so that I can accelerate it. So we're going to do acceleration. We're going to multiply a scalar of, let's say, 5.0. Actually, I think we can do something like 10.0, maybe even like 13.0 to make it similar to the player. And then we're going to return the acceleration. Set in here, we're going to get that bullet acceleration is equal to, we're going to match the firing strategy. Then in here, so that's, it's going to have to be a dereferenced borrow. So then in here we can have the strings. So it's going to be a, what is it going to be? It's, so I don't think I can do like create, or maybe I can. Create helpers, platform firing strategies, platform firing strategy, random, not to string, not to do, to string, like that. Okay. That doesn't seem to be working here. And then we're going to return the random firing strategy. Oh, I can't do this dot to string here. Oh, okay. That's a problem. I don't think I can do something like that to have it like actually run. No. Yeah. So I would need, oh, that's too bad. Okay, so I can't do this to string on it. What I guess what I could do is we can throw this into another sort of like a wrapper function. It's like function get bullet acceleration. We're gonna pass in the firing strategy, which is a string. So given that, then we can have our platform firing strategy equal to this entire thing. First of all, replace you. It's going to be random toString. Then from here, we can then do our match. So that's going to be this. So we're going to, we're going to return a point. So we're going to match the firing strategy. If this is the platform, can I not use variables on the left-hand side? I should be able to. Platform firing strategy, we're going to then do the random firing strategy. Like that. If it's literally anything else, we're going to ignore you. I don't think it should be able to be anything else, so we should not implemented. Unimplemented. There it is. Unimplemented. Return that. And then we're going to call you from here. So bullet acceleration is get bullet acceleration, pass in the firing strategy. Now for you, could not find value platform firing strategy. Oh, right. You need to be let. Firing strategy. You need to be here and borrow. Cannot move. Oh, because we're in a loop. Okay. I guess we'll maybe I don't need to clone you. Maybe. I can do a reference to you. This could be a stir. Can I get away with just this? This can become a string here. And so if I just do your reference. Yeah, no, unfortunately I can't. So unless I do like a deref. So then you have to be a string pulling in. To get it out. So if I do that, make you back to be a string. Then like no matter what, it's like we have to then clone it. What? Have to clone it. It's not optimal. Okay, so then we have you. Then you're not a reference anymore. I expected a string. Found a stir. Wait, so firing. Oh, I don't need to do this. Okay, there we go. We have our bullet acceleration, and then we want to insert the bullet into the world. So can I do that? No, of course not. So do a create helpers insert bullet into the world. No, not that. Insert bullet into the world. Okay, so we need the context. We have that. We need the world, which is a mutable reference to the world. We have that. we need the location. We have that. And we need the acceleration, which is this bullet acceleration. This gives us a result, and we can do that. Let's replace that with the U's. Location. Okay, so we cast you. Oh, we have to. You need a full point. So we can do a location dot borrow. Just clone you. Cannot borrowed world is mutable. Okay, so we have some of these data wrapper, don't we? Because we're doing this. It's like inserting into the world from these. So we still have access into the world at this point in time because we're getting references. Like we have interior mutability, and that's our problem. We have references inside of the world in order to like loop through all these. And that's why we can't then also now borrow the world as mutable as we're going through this. Now, potentially what I can do is create a list, create like a vector of, this is just locations and accelerations. That's all I really care about here. So let's just say that I wanted to have let like bullet mute like bullet info that we need. If I make this a vector that, and instead of create the like inserting the bullet here, we need the location, we need the bullet acceleration. So I can clone things and throw them in there. So we're gonna do a bullet info. We're gonna push, let's just push a tuple for right now, and then I can use a data structure for this like later on if this works. And if I feel that it's necessary. So we need the location. We have this as the cast, so we can dereference to clone it. It's gonna be a location dot borrow. Okay, so that's gonna put that in there. And then the other thing we're gonna put in, so here's the point, is gonna be the acceleration. And we can just put the bullet acceleration in exactly like that. So it's point. So if we throw you in here in this for loop, then we're done with that. Now I want to loop through each of the bullet infos and then insert that into the world. So for this feels weird, but okay, so for bullet info and bullet infos, I'm okay with taking ownership of this. You knew what you were for a second, and now suddenly you don't know what you are anymore. That seems odd. Oh, infos. That's right. Because I changed the name. Haha, yeah. Okay, so now we know that this is a point. So we can actually extract this out. This is going to be the location, and you're going to be the acceleration. In bullet infos. Now can I do our create? So I think this is insert bullet into world, handed the context, handed mutable reference to the world, handed location, handed the acceleration. Yeah, we can, because we're not trying to do things like read it and write to it at the same time. All right, so given that, let's fire bullets from the platform system. What can possibly go wrong here? I'm gonna go into our main library. And an update here. Gonna fire bullets from platform system. We need mutable reference to self.world. We need the context, unwrap you, and we're good to go. Let's see if this works. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a tech. Yes, that works. Those are real bullets. If I go into them, I die. Okay, so that's deadly. It's maybe too many bullets. Just a thought. Okay, so how are we going to deal with that? I believe that we have a system. Why are you a Gatling gun? Just to kill me off faster. So first of all, for our random firing, I was only firing to the right and down, and that's because we're creating this random number between 0 and 1. I need to subtract this by 0.5. So that would be between negative 1 and 1, I think. It'll be between like negative 0. It'll be between negative 0.5 and 0.5. But then we can this scales up, and hopefully it should be, well, we can normalize it too. I don't know if we need to normalize it, but we could just do that. And then it should be fine. Then the last thing is when we create the handle chat message system, we can add another component in here. So with component names, ticks lived, string, and year.0.0. I think you're a U size. I don't remember. This will 0.0 U size. I think you're a U size because it has to be. Let's see. There is in the systems, we have an update. We have an update like ticks lived. Increment ticks lived. Yes, it's a U size. Okay, so that just will give me a number of how long the platform has existed for. In our fire bullets from the platform, we can only fire the bullet every n ticks that it lives. So let's query for that too. So ticks lived to string. Okay, so we've got you. We need to grab you out here. Tick lived. You're a data wrapper of U size equals. This is going to be the ticks lived index. I'm going to cast you that. And we only want to push the bullet in if it's lived like, I guess every n ticks. So what we can do is say if a dereferenced ticklived dot borrow modulus, let's say every let's try every see, we're doing 60 frames per second. So if I do like 30, that'll be 2 per second. If I do 20, that'll be 3 per second. Let's try 20. So if modulus 20 equals 0, and that's when I want to do this. That way we only push you in if we're on this area right here. Now we can create this as a constant. So constant fire bullet every size equals 20. Fire bullet every, okay. So if we do that, we should now see the platforms firing out a lot slower and in all directions. So here I am, and we'll do a test. Well, it's doing it. I'm not going to be able to survive this. This is so fast. Like, I can't maneuver away from these bullets in time. I mean, anytime that I think that I'm doing it, I'm just getting lucky, I'm pretty sure. So either fire a lot less often, which is that's not fun. But what if I slow it down? So instead of a 13, what if I say that you're a... What if you're half of that? Let's bring you to like 8. So you're an 8. I think that you don't fire quite as far, and I think I'm gonna be okay with that. So let's do another test here. Yeah, okay, the bullet only fires that far too, because the bullets have a time to live. And I think that works because I can stay out of your range. I can go and fire my own bullets. And if I do need to get close to you, I can... I mean, I might be able to see. Still feels pretty fast. I can do... No, because that's not going to live long enough. So I like the 8, but let's fire every 60. So if I do once per second, that's going to encourage more people to chat to get the more guns into them. You haven't added the asteroid shield or teleport then? No, I haven't added teleport. No. Like teleportation, I don't know, we could teleport, but haven't thought about it. Also, good morning, Utsby. So let's do another test in here. So here we are. We're now firing once every second. And for the most part now, it's just me avoiding all of these bullets. And like I can fire this out. But I think it's really going to be me avoiding these bullets as opposed to me going after the asteroids now. It kind of changes how how it feels. Oh, hey, thank you for killing the UFO. Oh, I can't be close to you. That's deadly. So, I mean, this feels kind of pretty cool. It definitely changes the feeling of the game. Now I'm like, what? Why am I out here? Why am I clearing these? We have weapons platforms. What did I do to deserve this duty? Kobolds. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that message to spawn yourself in. Oh, okay. Is my lives not decrementing when I died? I still have 5 lives. Oh, I have infinite lives for some reason. Well, we need to fix that. Otherwise, we'll never get a game over. So, technically, I can sit on this spot and you can just play the game yourselves and get to like an infinite score. Because I think... Wait, did you spawn yourself in a game by typing here? Yes, you did. I have it set up so that you can just spawn in by typing anything, no commands necessary. Just interact in chat and you're in the game. And it fires once per second. I kind of like that because it encourages more people to join. And we're not anybody who's lurking and doesn't want to have like their name shown, then you don't have to like just don't type and you don't get in. So I kind of like that we get to respect the lurker privacy as well. So that's good. This kind of plays itself now. Now I can't necessarily spawn this. Oh, Pretzel Rocks, thank you so much for joining in the fun. I'm kind of surprised that this, oh yeah, I was gonna say like, how long can I survive by just standing still? I don't know why I'm, I have infinite lives now. That seems to be broken. Something's wrong with that. I'm guessing my query. Yep, Pretzel Rocks also spawned, yes. Well, that was fun. What happened there? Could not find the player location. So that was a problem with us trying to, let's see. Can I find the player location? But it's in the level. Oh, the level systems. We try to go to the next level. Oh, because we try to go to the next level after killing all the asteroids, but the player didn't exist. Interesting, because I was like, why would I ever not have a level? Why would I ever not have a player destroying? Like, that's not going to happen. So here's this debug. Do we kill the asteroids? We know that happened. Level. Okay, so we increment the level. That's fine. Get the asteroid. Here, we get the player location, and we're putting in a bunch of asteroids for this. I almost feel that get the player location here maybe should return an option. Because this way, if we don't care about this, yeah. So let's have it so we can. Well, okay. There's two things we can do here. First of all, we could have everybody stop firing as soon as there's no player anymore. That could be sort of interesting. It forces me to be in the game in order for us to progress. Actually, I kind of like that idea. So what we can have here is if the tick's borrowed. Okay, so if we do this, but we also need to have like, does the player exist? So if I have a function, does player exist? We can take in the world, which is just a reference to the world. We're gonna turn a result with a boolean in it. So let's player ID. I don't know if I can do this. Get player ID. Aha, okay, so this does work. We pass in the world. We get that. That gives us an option. So then we're just gonna say if let some we don't even care about you equals player ID, then we're gonna return a true. Otherwise, we're gonna return a false. Oh, and okay. True. And then okay, false. So does player exist now gets added into here. So if this, I kind of want to, we don't need to do any of this thing if the player doesn't exist. So we can maybe grab this right here. So let if does player exist, pass in a reference to the world. So if the player does not exist, so this is a not. If the player doesn't exist, we're going to just do an early return and we're done. Okay, so now if we play again, as soon as I die, nobody should fire. So you can all bring yourself into the world. Nobody fires. I come in and suddenly firing starts. I then get myself killed. Come on. Everybody stops firing again. So, yeah. Okay, I have four lives left. Is this gonna properly work now? When I die from hitting a asteroid, I lose my lives. When I die from being shot by these bullets, I don't. Interesting. But my ship still explodes. So that's 3. That's very interesting. Okay. So we need to be able to find out like why some of these ships. Oh, you came so close to shooting me. Come on. I guess the problem is because it's random. Oh, Chantilly, you're joining. Oh, come on. We'll get closer to within the firing range of both of these. Yeah, okay, I didn't lose a life. So I still am at 5 lives. So that's a problem. Score. Is score going up when you're shooting? Come on, shoot, hit. Yes, okay, so score is properly going up. Your platforms can increase our score for us. And if I just survive long enough, we should be able to increase a level. That should still work now. And it's guaranteed to work because the player has to be there for any of you to fire. Thank you for taking care of that UFO so quickly. Trout Soda, hello! Teleporting in, yes. Although, it put your label down below. Oh, that's not good. I'm just gonna hang out down here. Feel safer. Okay, now we're getting into that crazy part. Where there's too many of them. Where's you're over here on the right-hand side, Chantilly. I should probably do something where like the random generation for like where you're gonna be placed is different. Okay, now we're just getting into insanity. Oh, but I can survive for so much longer because I have help. Until I just fire there. All get away. So a random strategy is probably going to be like the hardest for me to deal with because I can't predict it. That being said, I can probably... I'm getting a little tiny bit of frame hitching. Not too terribly surprising. There's almost no optimization done with this. I'm actually surprised we're able to get this far and everything still works. And if we put this in release mode, we'd be good to go. Everything would be great. Oh, and game over finally. 1,120 points. Yeah, so I think things we want to do, we want to move it up so that your message is never off the screen, or at least if you have like a normal size name, you're not off the screen, so you're more near the center. It's either going to be that or have these like sort of just like move very slowly around. I don't necessarily know if I like that. I think I want to just have these closer to the center. Randomly throughout. And then I want the ability for all of you to change your firing strategy. So maybe you come in as random, and then maybe you can do like a command and change the firing strategy to something else. if you want. So we could do fire northwest. Like we can actually just say like, oh, fire always in like this direction. We could do that, like where you're firing just at the angle, and it could be like the cardinal angles. I was also thinking you can do something like fire at closest asteroid, fire at UFO, fire at like something else where like you're actually going to be firing at the thing. So that could be interesting too. Lots of stuff for us to play with. But we're going to play with that next time because it is 8:22. I do have an early morning meeting on Tuesdays, so I'm going to have to end soon. That sounds cool, but also like a lot of work. Yes, but I don't think it's going to be that much work. What I would have to do is query for the asteroids. So like get all the asteroid locations and figuring out which one's the closest. And then we can just fire at that. It's not, I don't think it's as much work as you might think it is. But there's a lot of really cool things about this. The next thing is we have to decide, can the platforms get killed by the asteroids, which would then make it so that I need to protect the platforms. It's gonna be interesting. Lots of cool things we can do with this, and I'm liking it so far. And I can see this replacing the Get the Streamer game for when we get raided. Like like having a bunch of people in here. Oh man, it's gonna be great. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut the YouTube video off now, so I'll see you